No, you kind of
You
brought up
need a
the
ball
offensive.
question. I love the hiring. Let's just see what they do as personnel. I'm looking forward to free agency. I'm looking forward to the all Joey Bosa wants to come to San Francisco.
What up, what up, what up, and welcome back to Married to Sports. With me as always, I got the Diabolical One and Corey. It is Monday. We got Chris, and welcome back to the show, Demetrius. How are you guys doing today? Time to have some fun?
Doing good, doing good. Let's have some fun
Hold
today.
on now. I
I'm
was the
doing
reason we was
good.
all late.
I mean, at least we were on time, except for one of us.
Wizards never late nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he
True.
means
Well, you
to.
got here before he did, so you were on time. All I know is that there's such thing as CP time, and yeah, there are a couple people that were on that time, and I will leave that statement right where it belongs and move forward. I mean, diabolical one, you know what I mean, but we'll,
Yeah, I was
All
actually
right.
doing
Speaking of
work.
the Bang Niner gang,
yeah.
I know. It gets in the way of our fun.
you guys got the DC I wanted, Raheem Morris. Congratulations. What a pickup for you guys. I think losing Solo is going to be huge for you guys, but I think Raheem Morris as a
Yep.
DC, not as a head coach, as a DC, I think will do great things for you guys. Now, the question is, can you guys stay healthy? Hopefully, you guys draft a surgeon with your first pick, um, and you guys can manage the whole season. But how do you, especially you guys being Niner fans, how do you feel about the pickup with Raheem Morris?
May I, Chris? Well,
May I?
I love the fact that he didn't go to
Excuse me,
Dallas
we
where
got Dan Quinn
defensive
a head
coordinators
coaching
go to
job.
die, but
Ouch.
uh, yeah, no, Dan Quinn got Dan Quinn a head coaching job. Um, I like the pickup. It leads, but it does open a lot of cans of worms. We were talking about this a little earlier. Just touch going to change, or now you're shifting from a 4-3 to a 3-4. Do you have the personnel to switch from a 4-3 to a 3-4? Kind of begs the question about Nick Martin because a lot of people were saying that Nick Martin should have been a guy that you can stand up and rush. Well, Nick Martin's a speedster with a lot of power, so um, you have those pieces, but you are going to need to draft a linebacker in the middle because you need somebody that can actually cover in the middle if you're going to run a 3-4. Now, I don't know this is questions that I'm just asking that I'm asking, and probably a lot of Niner fans in general are asking, and a lot of people are going to ask, is there a switch? The other scary part about Raheem Morris becoming the Niners defensive coordinator, he's never coordinated a defense that's ranked higher than 50. It is a fact. So that is scary. And what do you do with Nick Bosa? Because Nick Bosa is not a 3-4 DN. So are we looking at the end of Nick Bosa? These are things that are great questions. I don't think you are looking at the end of Nick Bosa. I think Nick Bosa can play anywhere. He's just that much of a monster. But we'll see. We'll see. That's my take on it. I don't coach, but he's a great coordinator.
I think my feeling is kind of the same, but a little kind of the same but different. God, that's a horrible statement to say. But
Oxymoron.
yep, exactly. I think for me, we are going to have to dump Nick Martin because I just don't think he's going to fit into any scheme that the Niners have to offer. That's just my feeling, and I might be wrong. I think Jair Brown might get traded because I just don't think he's doing that good out there at safe. They need to bring somebody in, and I think this class has, if I remember correctly, has quite a few decent safeties and strong safeties. So we'll see what happens there. I'm not sure if they're going to do that. But first and foremost, and I'm going to go kind of sideways here, I need to solidify the offensive line. Now I want to go back to defense. Nick Bosa, Mikael Williams, oh God, I know I'm going to screw this up. Yatir Matos Green, Gross Matos. Sorry, I knew I was going to go sideways on that. I think that it's time for Matos Green to actually go. Say that again.
Cosmatos.
Thank you. I think it's definitely time for him to move on. I think they've experimented with that a little too much, and I think that the young guns, it's time for them, Collins and West. They proved to me that they could play D tackle. Now, obviously, they had growing pains. Don't get me wrong, but so did Bryant Young and or Junior, no, Bryant Young and Dana Stubblefield, and that's what that reminded me of years ago when they first came into the league. I don't know if you remember that at all, but they were freaking baby steps, in my opinion.
Chris, Chris,
Yeah,
Chris. Ryan Young was a first ballot Pro Bowler his first year in the league and won a Super Bowl.
I hear.
I'm
Let
just
me
throwing that
finish.
out there to
God
you.
dang it! Let me finish. No, he was. You're right. Looks and are two different things. Okay. If you watch the progress, they literally took him along and they kind of said, okay, here you go. Let's see what you can do. Here you go. Let me see what you can do. Here you go. Let me see what you can do. Both to CJ West and Collins because they didn't truly know what they had. Am I right or am I wrong there?
Well, I'll say this, and and Diabolical jump in if you feel. I think C.J. West is going to be a rotational player no matter what. Alfred Collins is a run stopper, so I can see him being a fit for that because he's a big ankle, right? He's a big body. He can play 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
Gus Models has been a waste of money since he got there.
Yep.
Even he's been a waste of money since he got there, and I mean that. Uh, he made $18 million the last 2 seasons. He's been a waste of money since he got there. Now, that being said, again, you got some personnel things that you got to deal with. And I'm one of the people who are under the belief that is this. I'd rather have a veteran offensive lineman than rookie offensive lineman. I like signing guys that have tenure in the league to play O-line versus guys that are just coming in. I think guys that are coming in, and the Jets are a living witness that you can't draft great. If you go look at the Jets draft picks, they've picked a lot of old linemen in the first round. None of those guys have panned out, right? So I don't believe in picking old linemen with high picks. I believe you can get value at O line in through free agency, and I think you build defense through the draft. That's my forethought on it. And I believe that with Raheem Morris being hired, I believe you go and get a guy like T.J. Parker with your first pick. You get a Malachi Fields in the second round as a wide receiver, or you get a safety, or you can wait to get a safety in the third round and you get a ball hawking safety. You cannot get another Jair Brown, a guy that gets lost in space. And that's my. And listen, and I could be wrong, but Jair Brown is horrible because he doesn't cover well.
No, you kind of
You
brought up
need a
the
ball
offensive
hawk.
line.
You
Both
need
of y'all
somebody
kind of
that can
brought up
track
the
a little bit.
offensive line. And
Yes, I agree there.
Trent Williams, big time money guy, one of the best to ever do it in the left tackle spot. However, he lost a step or two. He's not the same Trent Williams that got paid. He's starting to be injury prone. So what are you going to do to
Or 3 or
solidify
4.
that position? Because right now, don't you guys owe him a lot of money?
Wait a minute. Wait. Injury prone? How many games did he miss last year?
2 or 3.
One.
Was it
He
one?
missed one.
I thought it was. Oh, he came out of. Right. Got you.
He started a game. He injured his hamstring. He missed actually one game. You say lost a step. He's all pro this year at his position.
I didn't say that
Not
he was.
not
I
not
didn't say
no
that he's
not
falling off the cliff
that
and he
pro
should
part. He's
retire and
all
hang it
pro.
up. I
Yeah, he's
said
worth the
he's
money.
lost a
Now, if you
step.
want to talk
He's
about
getting older. You can watch the film and see that he is not the same guy from 3 years ago. The film says that. Absolutely.
well, I mean, now, okay, because Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
But I think Trent Williams might be the safest thing that we got on that old line. When I say I'm sorry that the San Francisco 49ers have on that old line. Um, I don't think you do anything with him. I think you pay him. I think you have to pay him.
Today I read something. I can't remember the source. Sorry, guys. He said that he's actually willing to restructure his contract, and apparently, him and John Lynch are supposed to sit down in the coming months to figure it out. So we'll.
All I got to say, I'm a Cowboys fan. I hope the Niners defense implodes.
I'm glad you said that. That is a fresh take that no other Cowboy fan has ever had, ever.
No.
All right.
You know what? I just hope next
Nick
year
Martin.
that the
He said he
49ers
missed one game
and
this
the
year. What am I
Eagles
talking
are
about? The
battling
7 games
for
he missed
the
last
number one
year?
draft pick. That would make my day.
Trent Williams missed one game this
Is
year.
Jerry Jones
He
still
missed
alive?
7 games last year.
Who? Trent? Right. No, but Right. You didn't bring up last year. You said this year he's missed a bunch of games. That's what you said. I'm going off your statement.
And if we want to be technical, he hasn't missed any games in 2026 yet.
That was uncalled for. Listen, I have a question for Corey.
Yes, sir.
Is Jerry Jones still alive?
Unfortunately.
Okay, well, y'all won't win anything in the next century. So as long as
Well, it doesn't matter if he's alive or not, because guess who gets the team when he moves on? His son, who came right out of his butt.
Why you on my boy Steve like that, man?
Have you ever watched how close they walk to each other with each other? They
When are you
almost
going to
hold
watch
hands.
another one?
It's sickening.
I happen to think that the Cowboys will be a contender next year. I like Schottenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I think they'll be a contender. I mean, and just giving props where props is due. I think Dak Prescott gets a raw deal. I think the biggest thing you would want to do is stop getting rid of franchise running backs and letting them go over to the Panthers and prove that you guys are idiots by letting Rico Dowdle walk out of the building for nothing. I'll say that. And I'm leaving that there. I'm not going to insult any further. But I think with the Niners, the Niners are, if they can just address, stay healthy. Number one, address that problem. We don't know what the hell this team is. If they're healthy, we don't know if they're world beaters or not. Number one, stay healthy. And I think that if you just got to address that center problem. I think if Linderbaum is your top free agent that you're trying to get out of Baltimore at center, I think that's going to make that O-line look a whole hell of a lot different.
I got to ask a question now. But Linderbaum or whatever his name is,
Linderbaum.
Thank you. He's 25 years old. Why are the Ravens willing to just part ways with him? I'm on
because they can't afford him. They're trying to give they're trying to give Lamar Jackson another contract. They can't afford him. They're not willing to part ways. They have to part ways.
Yeah, because of Lamar. You're right.
And remember,
think about that.
Remember, the way, if you were looking at the value system of the NFL, running backs are valued really low. You know who's the next value low? Is offensive linemen. They're valued really low. They're needed, but they're valued really low. You think you can just get another person that you can plug and play in those positions. That's just how the NFL views it. I mean, the guy that let the cat out of the bag was the Niners offensive line coach, who said he would not let the Niners draft a lineman in the first 3 rounds ever under his watch as an offensive line coach. He doesn't see the value.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
That's beyond crazy.
And Pooney, in my opinion, was a pretty damn good pickup. Was it 2nd round or 3rd round?
Third.
I wonder if the Ravens are going to try to keep
a fourth. He was third 30.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Well, I think they'll try to keep everybody, but you're not going to keep Tyler Linderbaum with.
Well, that's what I'm saying about Matabike. Matabike is going to need that top
money. And listen,
money.
Roquan Smith and all those guys' contracts are coming up as well.
India.
Didn't they sign Matabike last year? They signed him last year. Yeah, because he was a free agent. They signed him last year, I believe. Also, give me 5 left tackles in the NFL better than Trent Williams. I know you didn't. I'm not accusing you of anything. I just would like 5 better than him. Matter of fact, I'll go even deeper. Give me 2 better than him.
I can give you 1. Tristan Wirfs.
Right. 1. That's it. And so if you're looking at an aging left tackle that is still in the discussion of the top 2 at his position, pay that man. See how good I am at this? You want to laugh. You can't help it. I know you. Hey, I know secretly in your heart you desire to be me right now, Brandon. You want this dark skin.
I'm a Longhorn fan.
I understand that it is a desire of yours.
I think Trent Williams is an amazing player. I thought he was an amazing player at OU when we saw him at the Red River. I thought he's been an amazing player this whole time. Here's what makes me nervous about Trent Williams. This past year, he only missed 1 game. The year before that, he missed 7. A couple of years, he's missed 2-3 games here and there throughout the last 4 or 5 years. You've hit that threshold where your body doesn't recover and repair itself like it used to. Father Time is undefeated, and you already admitted that. That's where I get nervous about paying Trent Williams. You missed 7, you missed 1, you missed 2, you missed 3. how many more are you going to miss once I give you that big contract? And are you going to continue to show up and work out like you have been? Because what we've seen, history has shown us that once you get paid, your work ethic goes downhill. Now, I know he's been paid 2, 3 times already. So you pay him one more time. Does he still have that fight and desire? Especially if you see a rebuild on the defensive side.
Well, listen. If the report is true that what Chris just gave, if he's willing to do a hometown deal to stay and finish his career in San Francisco, I believe, yeah, he's worth it. Again,
Right.
because you're not going to find
No.
too many,
No.
too many Trent Williams out there. It's not, dude. They don't grow on trees. They just don't. I'm sorry. They just don't. They don't grow on trees. And I mean, I went and watched all 22 against the Seattle game, the playoff game, 41-6. Oh, he was manhandling his DN. I mean, completely manhandling him. And I'm like, dude, it wasn't your fault that old line. But I can tell you, Brendo. Hey, listen, God bless Brendo. He's trying. He just doesn't have the athletic ability to hold up.
No, he doesn't.
And Burford, well. But I think if you get a Linderbaum, it will help a Burford. You know what I'm saying? You get the guy out there and that's come off that double team and get to the second level.
I think you can actually get some
Listen,
capital out
and
of
this
him.
is why
I think
Jawan
he's
Jennings
actually
probably
worth
won't be
something.
back
I like Jawan
because you're going to
Jennings a lot.
spend that money on Linderbaum, and I'm fine with that. But you can't trade him.
That's
He's he's an unrestricted free agent. You can't trade him now. If you're going to get capital, you should have did that last year.
Yep.
Just like and again, these are all, you throw stuff and you hope that it sticks. These are all reasons why I don't like Brandon Ayuk, because of Brandon Ayuk. It has kind of set my
Him not
favorite
getting paid
football
was kind of
team
karma,
back.
though. I'm just being real.
Yeah, but that's okay. They'll fix that. Well, he got paid though, and because he got paid,
But
it
he
cost
ended up
them to
losing
cut
money.
a lot
He
of
ended up not
players,
showing up to something
a
and
lot
ended up
of
losing all
quality
that money.
players. Now they now have,
A lot of it. I mean,
but hold on. No, he didn't lose all of it because you have to give him guaranteed money, of that yearly guaranteed money. So last year he got the yearly guaranteed money because they couldn't recop it.
What was it?
I mean, now moving forward,
Or,
he ended up getting $25 million for 2 years of doing nothing.
yeah, just complaining, sitting
So
down, complaining, getting injured.
hey, listen, I like going back to your original question. I love the hiring. Let's just see what they do as personnel. I'm looking forward to free agency. I'm looking forward to the all the speculation. I just seen that Joey Bosa wants to come to San Francisco. No.
He had his opportunity last year, and I think that would have been great for last year, but nope, he done.
did we talk about Dayball going to
Listen, that's me.
Tennessee?
What's
There was
Did we talk about Dayball going to Tennessee?
say that again.
No, we did not. We did not talk about Brian Daboll. Ain't that Corey's favorite coach?
Hell no.
It
That's
is.
Doughball. That's Brian Doughball.
That's Corey's favorite coach. Brian Daboll is the cowboy killer. Okay, he is the no. Hey, Brian Daboll is absolutely one of the worst head coaches that I've ever seen in my life. Anybody that will go pull their rookie quarterback out of concussion protocol to throw him back on the field is an awful human being.
Yeah, him
I
and
can't
Brian
believe how
Kelly
much I
are
went
kind
to
of
bat
up
for him
there.
last year, and after like 3 games,
Who's Brian Kelly?
LSU used to be LSU's head coach.
Former LSU head coach, former Notre Dame head coach,
No, he didn't coach at Notre Dame.
Brian
I
Kelly.
he was
refuse.
just on the roster.
Yeah,
He's not following me. He doesn't see what I'm doing.
I
He
picked
didn't
up what
coach at
you are
Notre Dame.
throwing down. It took me like 3 days, but I got it there.
I think this is a terrible move for Saleh. I think this is terrible.
He just got a check from
Not
us
only did I think you took a bad
and
job,
wore those.
because I think the Tennessee job
Why?
was horrible.
I like it.
Why?
You hired Brian Daboll as your OC. Listen, we had a conversation last week about how Josh Allen is overrated, how he's just a really athletic player. Brian Daboll, really, that's where he got to coach Josh Allen, and they're like, you did well with Josh Allen. What can we do with you? And then we saw him and this could be a lot on the Giants organization, but a lot of it wasn't. You just mentioned Dayball right there, pulling out your rookie quarterback out of protocol. We've seen him blow leads. We've seen him blow games. That's not on the franchise itself. That is on him. Now Saquon leaving, I'm not gonna put that on there. His GM cut his throat. I will not back down from that statement from 2 years ago. However, Dayball cannot. This is terrible for Saleh. Saleh's going to end up never being a head coach again.
Brian Daboll also was coach of the year. He also took Danny Dimes to a playoff. He did some good things. Listen, I said he was bad, and I understand desperate men do desperate things. The man was fighting for his job. He felt like Jackson Dart gave an energy, and Jackson Dart was. I mean, listen, in that game, they were handling Philly like nobody's business. I know you guys know the game I'm talking about. It was a Thursday night game between the Giants and Philly. Jackson Dart was setting it on fire. He took a nice pop. They put him in the tent. Dayball did something that a coach is not supposed to do. He went over to the tent and basically said, pull him out.
Yep.
And he's going back in the game because he's seen two plays out of Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson basically floated a ball up that should have been a pick six and was dropped. I get it, man. The man was fighting for his life. Now, I mean, fighting for his job. I will say this, man. I don't want to get so because the difference between fan and fanatic, right? I don't want to be a fanatic and say Dayball will never get another job. I will say this. Let's just say him and Robert Saleh take that Tennessee team from being a laughingstock to a playoff contender for the next 3 years.
Drake May.
Brian Dayball will get another job because he had coaching experience.
I agree with that.
In order for Saleh and Dayball to keep their job, Cam Ward better play like Drake May and have an MVP caliber season.
So Cam Ward got to hold on to the ball too long, take a gang of sacks, fumble a lot, and
we gonna pretend that he wasn't number 2 in the league behind Matthew Stafford.
I know I'm not supposed to say that out loud.
We just gonna pretend that doesn't exist. I understand the defense was elite, but you just gonna take everything away from the young man? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm saying he better do what Drake May did and have a phenomenal second year.
The player has to play just like him. I ain't gonna say that either.
You watch. Will Levis will end up being that quarterback in Tennessee, and Cam Ward will be the backup.
Ooh.
I hope Cam Ward does well. I want to see him do good. I really do. What people don't realize is, and I know we're not a big fan of DeBull. He worked with, who was it? Josh Allen, obviously. But when he was in Alabama, he worked with Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa. And when he was in the Jets organization, he worked with Pennington and, who was the other kid? Kellen Moore, back when Kellen Moore played. Pennington was a decent QB. Kellen Moore didn't pan out. Jalen moved on from Alabama. Tua Tagovailoa, well, we know where he is now. Allen, and then whatever mess he had until he got Jackson Dart. I don't know. He hasn't truly, to me, proven much. Now, don't get me wrong. He's worked with Josh Allen. But where's Josh Allen now? I mean, I don't know.
He's on the podium crying about losing his last game. Oh, but there you go. I mean,
you're right.
You guys were.
I mean, you can sit here and you can look at, I took Danny Dimes to the playoffs. Well, guess what? Had Danny Dimes not got hurt, the Colts were headed in that same direction. So you did it once. So you mean to tell me that team carried you because you weren't able to do it again? Where you been? What have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Hey, Dio, what have you done for me lately?
Not a lot, man. Other news in football, college Pee Wee's Brandon's favorite.
Because he didn't get the head coaching job?
Retired after 35 years of coaching football.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I saw that.
We'll lose 11 games?
What's Mike Norvell to do?
He's going to actually have to figure out how to coach.
No shit.
So, what game? What's the over-under on how many games Norvell's actually going to coach next season? Mm-hmm.
I have him.
Ooh, I think he's at risk within the first 5.
He'll be out.
I'll take the under on 8.
All right.
7.5. I'll take the under. I like about 5-6.
All right. Corey,
What wins for who?
Yeah, right.
Tennessee?
are you even there, Sparky?
Yeah, I'm here.
We doing watching videos.
No, I was taking a drink. What'd you say? Sorry.
We're talking about the over/under on
What's in that?
Norvell
See,
at
that's right.
Florida State next year.
What's in that
7.5.
cup, Corey?
What do you want?
Under by 2 games, at least. It needs to be something stronger than water because, yeah.
Boy, is that not the truth. D, what about you, my friend?
I'm gonna take the over.
I am definitely taking the under on that as well.
You definitely got some.
6 games. Boom, done.
Okay, hold on. Can I tell you why I'm taking the over?
Yeah, please do.
Give me
Let
a
them go
second.
2-2.
I just want to
Let
pull
them
up
go
their
2 and
schedule
2.
real quick. We see what they got on their schedule.
2 and 2.
All right.
He's
I'd
fired.
like to know who their quarterback's going to be.
Everybody told me
2
to
and
know
2?
about Harbaugh and Sean McDermott. Look where they're at.
No, you're better than that.
They're not with their respective teams. I'm telling you. 2 and 2. He's fired.
What about them?
Oh, wow.
Hey, listen. Can I say this though? Both organizations that fired both of the guys that you're talking about are idiots. Like you hired
And
Joe
you
Brady to
no,
replace
and
Sean
you
McDermott.
Yeah.
gave
That's
Brandon being a
stupid.
promotion. No, I'm with you. I think the Bills are a very bad organization. I think we didn't know it. I think they messed it for a very long time. Good job. Florida State.
So here are the first 4 games Florida State plays.
Okay, wait. You said
No.
Florida State or Florida?
Florida State.
Oh, I thought you said Florida.
They
Okay,
got
hold
New
on.
Mexico State, SMU at Alabama, play underwater basket weaving you at home. Then Virginia, Louisville, Miami, Clemson.
Dude,
1, 2, 3, 4,
That might be true. I
5,
haven't looked at the
6,
schedule.
7.
I got at least 8 wins out of Florida State's schedule.
Okay. Not in
New
the
Mexico
top.
State.
No way. Not in the top 8 games.
Listen, they'll win the first 2 games. They'll probably lose Alabama. They play Clark the 4th game.
Yeah. Central Arkansas. Yeah.
Hold on now.
Wow.
All right,
You don't know
Central
that
Arkansas.
Virginia's
Come
going
on.
to be an
Then
easy
they
dub.
play Virginia. Another dub. Louisville. Yeah, okay. Dub.
Virginia was a good ball club last year.
Louisville. They play Miami with no quarterback. Oh, they got the guy from Duke.
Oh, man, I wish Bird was here.
Yep.
Clemson.
Yep.
You never know what you're going to get out of Clemson lately. And then they play
Miami's going to be the telltale game, I think.
Boston College, Pitt,
NC State, the Wolfpack?
what is
Aren't
that?
they supposed to
North Carolina State.
Yeah, North
NC State, yeah.
Wolfpack.
NC State and Florida. Come on, man. You got 8 wins. That's 8 wins in
Hold
there.
on, hold on. I said over and under 7.5. Okay. Game 7 is Miami. If they lose to Miami, he won't be going to
agree.
Clemson or playing against.
I think if he
coaching
wins
against
two, I think if he
Clemson. Spit it
loses
out.
2 games and knocks them out of the playoffs, they're done.
Well, he ain't going to the playoffs.
I think
never
if he
said
knocks
was
them
going
out
to
of the
playoffs. I said he was
playoffs,
going to win 8 games.
he'll be done. You had too many bad seasons. Huh?
Was Gundy a DC or an OC?
Quarterback.
Was Gundy an OC or a DC guy? Gundy.
OC, he was a quarterback.
What if Gundy comes down to Florida State?
Gundy would work
Malzahn's
well with
spot?
quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Gus Malzahn retired. That's right.
Wow.
Who's going to be your quarterback this year?
Have Gundy come to Florida State. If they fire Norvell, Gundy takes over.
I'm here.
Norvell is not the coach of Florida State. Norvell is the coach of who?
No, Norvell's the coach of Florida State.
Yeah, there's two.
Is he?
Yeah, there's 2 Norvells, spelled different but same. The one was at Colorado State, and
I think Sark might be on the hot seat.
That's the one I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think Sarkisian might be on the hot seat.
So
well,
They both suck,
Who?
so it was okay.
Let him not,
he is.
yo,
No,
he
well,
has
his seat ain't hot, but it's definitely warm.
yeah.
It's
Let him not
warm.
make the playoffs with Arch.
And it's
this year.
because it's because his teams are underachieving.
No, I don't want to see that. I want we need to be in there. But
There you go.
Hey, Chris, isn't your favorite football team San Jose State? I mean,
No,
Probably same.
it's Stanford, baby. Stanford.
oh, they play
I
football at
think you got a
Stanford
great
still?
team.
I
Yeah,
thought they
I
stopped that
know,
once John
I
Lynch left.
know, I know. It's
I think you
hard
got
to
a great
believe,
GM.
but they actually do.
Hey, they beat my Seminoles last year.
Yeah.
They did. Andrew Luck. Yeah,
Andrew
we're
Luck.
gonna have to. They
Andrew Luck.
gotta figure out a way to how do I say this? They've become too smart, and even though when you had to worry about grades, and now you really don't, players don't want to go there because they actually have to go to class. Yeah.
I got something for you. I got something for you since you like Stanford,
All
and it
right.
has nothing to do with Stanford football. It's got to do with Stanford baseball. There's a kid that you got. I've known him since he was 9. He was my quarterback growing up in on my junior league teams.
Okay.
Uh, his name is David Weiser.
David Weiser. Okay. Where
Yes,
did he
be
play
on
high
the
school
lookout for
at?
that kid. He went to high school at Bradshaw Christian High
Okay.
School in
All
Sacramento.
right. Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that kid. The kid is
Is he a lefty?
he's nasty. Nah, you're
Okay. I thought he
righty.
was a lefty. Okay.
You pitch?
You're righty. He's
Get me
nasty.
thinking
All
again.
right. Good.
He's stupid.
Because they're my two
No.
fingers.
We're gonna leave.
Sorry, Brandon. I couldn't resist. Had to.
Hey, and where did he? Hey, and where did he learn it? In prison, sticking it in the prison pocket.
Ew.
I was gonna leave
You're
it
gonna
in,
cut all of
but
that, right? Like all of that has
yeah,
to be
we're
Yeah,
cut.
you got to.
35 minutes. I got you.
But I will say this.
Yeah.
Yeah, brace yourself for this, man. And this is not personal, but Notre Dame is going to beat you by 45, just so they can prove a point next year. Like they're going to beat you by 45.
You know, I'm trying to figure out something.
Yeah, they have to.
This guy down here in the right corner is a diehard Notre Dame fan.
Which guy?
You, number one.
I am.
Number
I am.
2, he didn't even go to college there. He went to Fresno State.
Sure.
Yes. Would you like to hear the story?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Would you?
You know
No,
the
because it's a very funny story.
Okay, let's hear it.
Right.
So back in my day of playing football at Gore, we didn't have huddle. You know that, right? We didn't have huddle. We had to actually do a VHS tape and send your highlights, right? And so I sent 4 packets out to schools. Notre Dame was my top choice. I wanted to go to Notre Dame. Didn't even realize I didn't have the grades to go to Notre Dame, but I was going to get there, right? And Lou Holtz sent my tape back, sent the package back unopened, written on there. We don't look at California talent; it's too undisciplined. Broke my heart.
Ouch.
And I still love the man to this day
Yep.
because it made me work hard.
So, when I was scouting, um, we won't say the organization that I was not part of, but who I was talking to, and they said they don't like um, drafting ball players from California, Northern California, due to the fact that they're too soft, they're too whiny, they have no backbone, and they do not work hard. I was like,
Listen, it was something that it made me go and work a whole hell of a lot harder. Plus, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, my mother wasn't gonna let me leave the state of California to go to college. There's that part. So,
I hear you. I hear you. Mental toughness,
hey,
man. You'd be surprised how many organizations actually take a look at it by taking a look at it. And I know it sounds silly, but I had to reapproach my scouting, and that was what, 15, 16, 17 years ago. My scouting approach, and I was amazed on what I truly opened myself up to. I used to love to go and watch practices, but I would just look at certain little things. But I opened it up a little bit and I went, okay, I see what they mean now. I see how they're saying it because I never took that into context until then.
well,
Yeah.
I still got the over. And listen, you stay away from Notre Dame, Corey.
Oh, I wouldn't go there. It would burn.
You
It would
should.
burn down if I went there.
Oh,
Boy,
I'm Catholic.
you would
No.
step
Catholic.
foot,
Did y'all
the
retain
bolt
your
of
No.
lightning would
freedom?
come down.
Yeah.
Swat.
Yep.
wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a lot for you. lot for you. I'm praying for you.
Yeah,
There's a reason I root for the convicts. Miami.
that's all.
I'm gonna refrain. I'm gonna refrain because I know you. I know why you off camera because you got a bag of Doritos,
No?
some top. You got a bag of Doritos, some top ramen noodles,
Nah.
and and some sardines making a spread.
No,
Right
no,
there.
no. No. I'd have to have a tortilla, some Doritos, some hot sticks.
I'm trying to figure out how
Terrible
both
that
of
you
y'all
know
know
the
about
ingredients.
spreads.
All right.
I know how Corey knows about spreads. I'm trying to figure out how you know about spreads.
I mean, hello, hello, how? Oh man, listen, I got family.
Uh,
Shoot.
I'll
That's
teach y'all
awesome.
off camera. I'll teach y'all how to make a badass one. Um,
All right, that is too awesome.
I was just playing. The
No, I don't want to know.
all right. So look at the Super Bowl. We got the Seahawks and the Patriots. And I'm gonna be honest. I really want the Patriots to win, but I'm 100% sure Seattle's defense is gonna rock this. How do we feel about Sam Darnold? I mean, I know we kind of talked about it last week, but Sam Darnold, Drake May, both neither one of them have been in this situation. I feel like the pressure is more on Sam Darnold. So, out of the two quarterbacks, who do you think has more pressure going into this game?
Well, you got a 2-year quarterback. You've got Sam Darnold, who's been in the league, who was allegedly a flop and now has blossomed a new career because, you know, Kyle Shanahan, let's be honest. I think that a lot of the pressure has to go against Sam Darnold. Here's why. He's going back to San Francisco to play in the Super Bowl. He's going to be on San Francisco's field, and he does want to shove it to him, let's be honest. I would. I mean, even though they gave him the opportunities, want to show him, hey, I could do it. I could. And it's not a matter of him not liking them. It's a matter of him just pride. That's all, the team that he's with, and he's got to prove it to that city. And there's a little knuckleball with that sale of the team. So I'm going to talk about that later.
What are you? Are you? Are you kidding me right now? Sam Darnold ain't sticking it to the Niners. And let me tell you something. And I'm gonna say this to you, and I mean this. Stop sleeping on the Patriots defense. Because if the Patriots defense do what I think they're going to do, which is make
Can we not
Sam
pretend
Darnold
like
put that
Seattle didn't
game
have
on his
an elite
back,
defense?
they're walking out of there with that
That
Lombardi
defense
in
is
their hands.
legit.
Oh, yeah.
We're not saying Seattle doesn't have an elite defense, but listen, here's the one thing that New England can do now that they couldn't do. They got that two-headed monster at running back, and they can run up the middle on Seattle.
Right.
Now, what Seattle doesn't have elite that nobody has tested out, and the Rams should have kept testing it, was linebacker play. Their linebacker play is very pedestrian. And if you test that linebacker play out, because they got two really good D tackles. Listen, Murphy
D-Lock.
and Leonard Williams, really good at what they do. Nope, my hat's off to them. They're playing really solid. If you neutralize and them running backs start getting in there testing that linebacker play, you're gonna see a hell of a game.
I think we're going to know within the first 3 plays on both offensive drives who's going to own that line of scrimmage.
Just like our own Chris on every platform we get on.
Oh, mother.
You know,
Uh-huh.
But I agree. I think Drake makes plays with house money.
I said it.
Uh-huh.
And I think
All
that
right.
Sam Darnold absolutely could stick it to the Niners.
But
You
I
got
will
rid of him. You had him as a backup. You said Mac Jones and Brock Purdy is better than me. The Vikings said that J.J. McCarthy is better than me. I think that Sam Darnold absolutely has a chance to stick it to both teams.
I'm sorry. Brock Purdy is better than you still.
Yeah.
Even with you in the Super Bowl, Brock Purdy's better than you. J.J. McCarthy, not so much. Mac Jones, not so much. And they didn't say Mac Jones was better than you because you were a year removed when they got Mac Jones.
All right, the Mac
So you
Jones
can't
part's
add
fair,
him to
but
that.
still Brock Purdy. And I don't disagree with your Brock Purdy take. I like Brock Purdy. I was higher on him coming out of Iowa State than a lot of people were. But mine was like where he played, the toughness, the grittiness. You kind of need that in a leader. And if I'm gonna go behind, so if I'm gonna have somebody leading me, they better be able to lead me. And I feel like Brock Purdy can do that. I feel like Brock Purdy's gritty enough to do that. So I do agree with that take on Brock Purdy. However, you still got rid of him. You still said that Brock Purdy was better. You still have an opportunity to stick it to him on their field. The Niners have reached the Super Bowl several times in my lifetime and have not won. If Sam Darnold got over that hump, that would absolutely be a slap in the face of Shanahan.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you that you haven't got to witness greatness. Well, I have to say this when you say that because you said it yourself. Nobody's saying that Seattle is where they are because of Sam Darnold. They're saying Seattle is where they are because of the defense.
They are.
Now, I'm gonna lay this out to you, and this came out of Sam Darnold's own mouth. I learned how to play quarterback by watching what Brock Purdy did day in, day out when he was in San Francisco. So when a man says that, yeah, I'm going to keep the other quarterback over you. And you would do that. He said that out of his own mouth. So I listen. I think that we make a much to do about nothing about this whole sticking it to. I don't think Sam Darnold thinking about the Niners. I don't think he's thinking about Minnesota. I think he's thinking about one thing: getting him a Super Bowl ring and keeping his job for longer than a year in Seattle. Because that's what it is. I think that we could possibly see a different Sam Darnold in this up and coming season because Clint Kubiak is out of the door. He's going to be the Raiders' new head coach. And so before we get too high, riding too high, remember there's a guy that was setting up perfect game plans to fit Sam Darnold that's going to be gone and out the building. And I'm going to leave that there for you to marinate on that for a little bit. Just let that sizzle in your spirit. Just to understand, before we get too high on Sam Darnold going to stick it to somebody, he may not stick it. Because if he loses his Super Bowl, who is he sticking it to?
Okay, so you played at a D1 level. I played NAI baseball
Nobody.
and JUCO football. Okay, I didn't play at high of a level as you. But as an athlete, you hold on to shit. You remember what that coach said to you in junior high. You remember what that coach said to you in high school. You remember what that coach said to you in college. You remember what that player said. You remember little bitty stuff that happens throughout. And if you don't think you hold on to that and use that as fuel, you're absolutely out of your mind because every player does it.
I also remember a lot of those things, and just a personal experience. I also remember a lot of those things making me have terrible games. I also remember a lot of those things pulling me out of my character and big moments and making me drop punts, making me fumble, making me have terrible coverage. All behind me trying to show, what you missed out on. The fact
Right.
remains is this, and this is why I'm saying what I'm saying to you.
Right.
The media looks for
So
stories. Athletes look to get in the zone.
I hear what you're saying about it causing quicksand. Yes. I'm talking about in a sense of using it for fuel as motivation, as opposed to like going into the game with that mindset, right? You like on the practice field when I'm working out, when I'm like that is my motivation behind that weight room. That is my motivation.
Okay, I agree.
When I'm on that practice field, that is my motivation. Like you said, I couldn't be here. Look where the hell I'm at. Look what you said I couldn't do, and look where I'm at. I'm gonna show you I belong here.
But can I?
Because the whole world wrote him off.
But you're right. But can I ask a question? Why is he looking like you guys? Well, the statement was he's looking to stick it to Sam. Why isn't he looking? No, I got you. No, I got you. Why isn't he looking to stick it to the Jets? Why isn't he looking to stick it to
all the above.
Carolina? Why isn't he looking to stick it to the Stephen A. Smiths of the
world? I think it's all the above.
Chris brought up
the Niners fact. And I mean, I'm looking at how the Vikings did this past year. Kevin O'Connell might be out of a job next year because of the Sam Darnold thing.
Oh, that's definitely true. Now, listen, and I want to say this before you bring up what Chris don't know nothing about the Niners, man. You can't listen to people that don't know anything about the Niners. I mean,
but no, I agree. And like for me,
he's not here to defend himself.
Baker Mayfield got drafted above me. So looking at that, I made it further than Baker Mayfield. You guys thought he was number one? Come on now. And there's a lot of people that I think that he's trying to, and the media especially. With the media wrote him off more than anybody else. And so I agree with you. I think it's all the above. I think he's trying to stick it to everybody. But if you don't think that he's using it as motivation, I think he definitely is using that as motivation. It's got to be. We hold on to that stuff.
Okay. And here's why I think he's not going to stick it to the Jets and the Panthers, just to add on that, because they're non-relevant. Let's just be honest. They're non-relevant. And Niners are relevant because it's their house. Minnesota's relevant because they went with a kid who was just brought into the league, so on and so forth, and they had such high expectations. He brought them to the playoffs, and basically they said "F you." I mean, that's just my opinion,
And
at least.
I mean, in a way, you can kind of say it's a FU to the Browns. The Browns had the number one pick, took Baker, so it's kind of FU to the Browns, even though they're not relevant.
There's a lot. There's a lot of quarterbacks that
17
said
just in the
"fu" to the
past 12
Browns.
years.
Yeah.
including
I
Baker
don't even know if that
Mayfield.
number is
Yep.
true, but I'm sure that number is pretty
God
close.
dang, that's still amazing.
Well,
Not in a good way, though.
What coach is more impressive going into the Super Bowl? Because I'm really impressed with Vrabel because of the turnaround, but I'm also equally impressed with McDonald and what he's been able to do with that Seattle team. That Seattle team reminds me of the Legion of Boom. I mean, they really do. And, I mean, say what you want. I agree about the linebacker play. I think they could be. I think they haven't been tested enough. But that backfield is legit. That Love kid, honest to God, could play baseball, be in the center field, and you don't even need a left or right fielder. You just need two guys that can hit, run some bases. Toronto.
So, me being a hater that I am of Seattle, um, I think that Vrabel, in my God honest opinion, has done a phenomenal job getting them to the number 2 seed, let's just say, period. Then getting them to the playoffs, winning. Now, don't get me wrong, their championship game, it was a good game, but they were
What?
playing against,
The
was
Patriots
it Jared
or
Stidham?
Seattle?
Now, what's no, hear me out. They're playing against him, so their defense was able to stuff him a little bit easier than they were the Broncos. But everybody doesn't take into account the Vrabel effect, his championship mindset that he truly has when he was with the Patriots, what he did with the Titans, because he took the Titans out of nowhere, brought them to the AFC Championship. The ownership basically said,
AJ Brown, all them
goodbye
guys.
to what's his name, Henry, and whoever else they got rid of, which was AJ Brown. And yeah, that was
Right.
unbelievable to me. And he still did a decent job. Best thing that ever happened to him was him leaving the Titans and going to the Patriots. And him having that edge, being that juggernaut of an athlete that he was for the Patriots, having the mindset from Belichick, I think we might, and I'm just throwing this out there as a knuckleball, might be seeing the next Belichick. I saw that
Demetrius is
look.
about to light into Chris,
That
but
was the
before
whole
that
look I
happens,
wanted
Corey
to
Dio, you
see.
got
Let's
anything you want to
go.
add? You guys have been awfully quiet.
All I'm gonna, all I gotta say is this: I've got the Patriots winning, and the game ends on a Sam Darnold interception.
I'm ready for the Patriots, but I really think Seattle's going to win this game.
I'm right there with him.
Nah.
I'm right there with him on that.
Like somebody
sounding
else.
ridiculous. Like saying that Mike Vrabel is the next Bill Belichick at the risk of sounding ridiculous. I think that McDonald has done a better job because he stepped into a team that was really in flux. He made some very gutsy trades, got some pieces that really went under the radar, pulling the trigger on that Shaheed trade and getting Leonard Williams over there. He got his type of guys. Now, I will tell you, his defense has a whole heck of a lot of holes in it. I've watched it. They play umbrella. You get all you got to do is get in between and be able to put the ball on them. I'm going to say that, but even with saying that, I think his job is a little more impressive than Vrabel because Vrabel had experience doing this where he came in his second year and made this happen. I think that honestly, if I'm going to be just truthfully, I don't think that Gerard Mayo was given a chance with that team. I think Gerard Mayo was used as a scapegoat. Vrabel comes in, he's already got a pretty much solid, already made, pretty much made defense. They add Monty Williams to that defense. A lot of
I mean,
like, what did Vrabel bring to this team besides his
you measure a coach.
experience?
You
That's my
measure a coach
question.
by wins.
And that may be the most important thing, but that team was there.
I don't know about
They
that.
only
I
added a few
needed him as that
offseason.
final piece, though. No.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Hold on,
I
hold
guess
on,
he's
Nick.
Bill
I said
Belichick
he
these days,
could be the
Brandon.
next Bill Belichick.
I
Hey,
mean,
Exactly.
meaning
I
he
think when
won't
you
get
look
in
at
the Hall
Vrabel,
of
I think
Fame
when
on
you,
his
when you
first
measure
try
a
either.
coach, you got to measure a coach by wins. You know, that's really the only thing that they can really do on the field because it's the players that play. And so going from a five win team to almost winning, almost winning the not only winning the East but almost winning the AFC entirely. I mean, they were, if I'm not mistaken, tied with Denver or one game behind Denver. They were up there. I mean, I think you got to look at that, the wins in tremendous fashion. But if you look at what Seattle's done with McDonald, yeah, I mean, I understand about the holes in the defense. You can say the linebacker core. You can say that I do like the DNs. D Law being up there. I want to see D Law do well. He's a true cowboy. Mentioned in Dallas, but McDonald took Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba and made them elite in the league this year. I mean, legitimate. I mean, Jackson Smith almost won a triple crown, didn't he?
You know what he did
Well,
for
that's more
Jackson
on the
Smith and
GM.
Jigma? That was the best thing
But
he did. He got rid of
I
DK
don't know.
Metcalf.
I think McDonald's been very
That,
impressive. I think to win the West and beat the Niners and the Rams were my Super Bowl pick. I I, I thought Devontae Adams and Puka Nakua was elite. That's the best wide receiver duo in the league. Name one better. Devontae, no,
AJ
Devontae.
Brown and
no, they
what's the
are
other
not
kid?
better.
Was that Alabama?
Puka Nakua
Devontae Smith.
is
That I
arguably a
named
top five
one better.
receiver on his
I didn't say they
own.
had a better
Devontae
quarterback throwing
Adams
to
is
him,
three
but
in
I
the
named a
league.
better duel.
Outside of Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, I'm not taking anybody else over Devontae Adams.
We're gonna hold that. Brandon, keep talking. Just give me a second. Yeah, yeah.
Top three in the
I
league.
knew you were gonna retract that when I said keep talking.
I'm
I
taking
knew you
Jamar
were
Chase,
gonna walk
Justin
that back.
Jefferson,
I love
Devontae
you to
Adams.
death. I
That
knew
order.
you were gonna walk that back, and I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna walk it back. Top three. I'm no, no, not at all. Top three, huh? I guess you would be right. I agree. If you were using postseason stats, but if you're using regular season stats, you're gonna have to think about Smith and Jigma, George Pickens,
You can give me
Jamar
all the stats
Chase,
you want, but let's
Amon
put their
St.
film up
Brown.
against Devontae Adams
You
film,
know, I
and
can
let's
even throw
see
Trey
who
McBride in there. You want me to keep going? Zay Flowers,
Jamar
Chris
Chase and Justin
Olave,
Jefferson.
Nico Collins, Jameson Williams,
Jamar Chase and Justin
CeeDee
Jefferson are the
Lamb,
only ones that I'm taking over
Justin
Devontae. When it
Jefferson.
comes to route
See,
running,
we forget about
hands,
Justin Jefferson
all of
because he
it.
ain't got that quarterback throwing.
You gotta.
I,
He's
see,
good.
I
He's
What
get
not
it,
about
Devontae
Amon
Adams.
St. Brown?
but you already said you. Yeah. What about Amon St. Brown?
No, look. Just because Matthew
But you
Stafford
already
is
said
favoring
that
Puka more and throwing him the ball
Puka was
more,
over him.
and Puka's
So
their number
if you take
one,
the other two
doesn't
over
mean that
him, that
Devontae
puts him
Adams
at
isn't
four at
better than
least.
Puka Nakua. He had a better season. He had a better season than CD. CD's supposed to be my number one. What do you mean?
My brother, you gonna tell me that George Pickens ain't playing better than Devontae Adams?
All right, let's look at body of work. Let's look at whole career.
So if you say that out of your mouth, clearly we got some discrepancies in your statement.
I'm not talking about stats. I'm talking you put the film up, put just the film up.
No, we didn't
Who
say
are you
career. We
taking?
talking about right now.
Fuck
Because if we
stats.
looking at career,
Just the
I think
film.
Jerry
Who are you
Rice will
taking?
end this whole conversation.
Today. There is not a better route runner. There's two better route runners and better hands
Right
than
now, today.
Devontae Adams. That's it.
We're
Two.
talking about
Two
today.
better athletes better than
Today.
Devontae Adams at the receiver position. Jamar Chase
I'm
and
taking
Justin
Jamar
Jefferson.
Chase first. Wait, you at okay. I'm going listen, let me tell you why I'm going to take Jamar Chase first. I'm going to take Puka Nakua after that. I'm going to take Pickens, and then I'll take Amon St. Brown over him. And I'll tell you why I take them over him. I've watched. First of
Fresno
all, I love
State.
Devontae Adams. What school did he go to? Somebody say it out loud. Fresno State. He's a bulldog. So first of all, this is all shout out. This is all love. I think he's a tremendous talent. I don't want to. I take these guys over him because in big moments, Devontae Adams strinks. He did it in Green Bay. He did it everywhere he goes. He did it this year.
That's
in the
fair. That's
NFC
a fair take.
Championship.
So you struggled in the
Now,
playoffs.
I
It
just
was
said
just
that.
Devontae
Do
Adams.
what you will with it. I'm not saying it's because of Devontae Adams. I'm saying, shouldn't you have
Right.
bailed him out? You big time, right?
That's fair.
You told me to look over his career. I've been doing that since he came in the league because I was so happy what school he came from. And well, listen, man, listen. I don't want you to get mad at me. I want you to love on me, but I need you to understand when we're talking about this thing. When we're talking about this
Right.
thing, we're gonna talk honestly. We'll talk fair. I think Devontae Adams is an extraordinary talent. I think Devontae Adams got a lot of one-on-one coverage because people were more worried about Puka Nakua. Okay, I'll leave that
All right.
there. You do what you
I
will
mean,
with that.
I mean, I
And
agree
I'll
with you,
pick the
Jamar Chase.
conversation up when you
We
get to the
both
next
agree that he's
topic.
the best
I'm
receiver
done
in the
with that
league.
one.
I mean, we do agree on that.
Pick it up later.
But I still think that Devontae Adams and Puka Nakua is the best duo. I don't know a duo better. I mean, Jamar Chase and T Higgins is really really nice. That's a close second to me. Devontae Adams and AJ Brown is the third.
Let me say this before we move on. I will tell you this. Amon Wa St. Brown and Jamison Williams would be the best duo if their coach wasn't such an
Yeah.
idiot. Because there has never been two better athletes at that position than what they got. Guys that are just world breakers in speed, tough and gritty over the middle together. It was almost like
Yeah.
putting, like watching them reminds me of watching Debo and Ayuk in that. It was like, man, they're hard to deal with together. And so when you talk about duels, them two guys right there, man. But you just got an idiot that want to go for it on 4th and 15 and 4th and 27 and stuff like that.
I
And
agree with that.
and
I
it
think that if they
diminishes from those
utilized him, he
guys.
would be a
And
lot
he
better.
will
I
not
do
for
agree
the
with
life
that
of
a
me.
whole
I
lot.
don't understand why
I
he will
think
not use
Jameson
William
Williams is very
Jamison
underrated.
the right way every year. But I'm
But
hey, listen.
we also saw what they look like without Ben Johnson.
Yes, that is a fact. We
So,
saw what
Neil, how are we going to
diabolical
get
looks
you to
like
wear your
without makeup,
Shadur jersey once a
and it
week?
was
I got to
scary.
figure out
Oh,
a
he's back on
way
camera. I
to
wasn't
get
supposed
you
to.
to
I
wear
was
that
supposed to say that
Shadur
when he was
jersey
off
once
camera.
a
He's
week.
back.
Hail to the no
All right,
no, to the no no
last
no.
topic.
Oh yeah,
Hell to the no.
we
Last
got you,
topic.
Dio. I got
OC
you.
Lafleur going to the Cardinals. What? How do we feel about that? How do we feel about Lafleur going to the Cardinals? Not Matt Lafleur, the other guy.
Yeah. I'll let
I actually
Gio take
like
that
it.
one.
I
I'll
actually
let
like it for the
Diabolic take
Cardinals, and I
that one.
like it for him. The Kyler Murray thing is going to get addressed immediately. But I think you're about to see a lot of changes in the NFC West out there because I've always been curious as when when McVay loses some coordinators, he kind of takes a step back and then he has to build it back. But it seems like it seems like he finds the right guys, but how much longer are they going to keep putting up with it if he doesn't continuously get back to the Super Bowl? You know, um, so there's that, and then you don't know what the culmination of all this going on in Vegas is. If they draft Mendoza, how's that going to work? What's their defense going to look like? I mean, I'm just looking at these Western teams like the AFC and the NFC. It's just going to be interesting to kind of see some of these changes with these new fresh faces in there because we talked throughout the year that even in college, they're going to start looking in the ranks of these OCs that have been doing a good job at different programs and willing to move and help with it, build the program. So um, I don't know. It's going to be fun to watch that. The NFC West, especially. If Darnold wins the Super Bowl this year, they're going to want to keep him around, see how much they can keep that going. But that's all I got to say on that one.
I think LaFleur is fool's gold, and this is from somebody that's watched him. He was the offensive coordinator with the Jets. Their offense didn't look good. He's been the offensive coordinator with the Rams, but let's be honest, how much of that was Big Brother Sean McVay making you look good, if I might say? He was with the Niners. He was a passing game coordinator, and then that got extremely better when he left under Mike McDaniel. Um, so when you look at his body of work, just the things that and being following the guy, I'm not saying that he can't coach. I definitely think he can coach. I am not that impressed. I think they basically said, "Hey, let's bring in somebody that gives our fans some excitement about how our offense could possibly look." Basically, I think that's what kind of hire that was. I think nobody wanted that Arizona job. I think the owner has soured a lot of coaches. I think nobody was going over there to take that job just as much as I think nobody was knocking down the door to take the Raiders job. Let's be honest. Nobody was. I mean, 'cause let's look at this for what it's worth. Is LaFleur or Kubiak better than Sean McDermott as a head coach right now? Would you say that?
I mean, that's if you got to think about that question, then there might be some meat and potatoes to it.
Yeah.
It might be, but I'm gonna say no. And the fact that Sean McDermott turned down interviews with both of those clubs
But do
lets
we
me know a
know that
lot
Sean
of
McDermott
what
is really that good of a
in
coach? I mean, you've
an
had Josh
upper
Allen. I feel
echelon
like this
coach
year
would
you really had your
think about that.
easiest path. I think you had less talent this year than you've ever had, but you and your team have fallen short in the big moments. So I mean, when you're the beast of the least, it's not hard.
Well,
I'm
I'll
thinking a
say
lot more than what
this:
he's getting.
what blame am I put? How much blame do I get to put on Josh Allen? Well, then how come? How was it
No,
that
I
I'm
agree.
putting blame on It wasn't Sean McDermott that went out right before halftime and fumbled and gave Denver a field goal.
I agree.
That was Josh
I
Allen, right?
100% agree. I do think that this going into this
I
year, he
think
was Super
that
Bowl or bust.
Sean McDermott was a scapegoat in the Bill situation, and I'm not going to even get excited about it. And listen,
Right.
we'll see. Hey,
I
listen,
agree.
if the Bills are in the playoffs, I
Now,
mean, in the play,
back
yeah, I'll
back to
say if
McDermott
the
not
Bills are even in
taking
the
either one
playoffs
of
next
those
year,
jobs.
I'll be surprised.
Let me ask you this:
I'll be
if
shocked.
McDermott was to
I'll be
fail
shocked.
with the Raiders or Arizona, do we see him get another head coaching opportunity? And I don't think we do. I think the stain from the Bills and then not being able to win at either one of those, I think would absolutely murder his career.
I'll agree with you there. I'll agree with you, but I'll go one step further. Both of those organizations are super unstable. I mean, especially the Raiders. The
Apparently, the
Raiders
Bills are too.
are is like a block, a game of Jenga,
I mean,
sitting
you
on
just
one
promoted
block.
Brandon
Like
Bean.
that's what the Raiders are, as that's how stable
Brandon
they
Bean
are.
should have got fired
Um,
before McDermott.
hey man,
Yeah. I like you there.
hey, it's a lot of
So
closed
I
door
brought
things
it up
going on in
last
Buffalo,
week and I
brother.
said, how long until Davis sells to Brady and Brady becomes the majority owner? You don't think so? I'm thinking more and more
Never
that
happened.
might be coming to fruition. I don't know why, but
You have to look.
I,
You have to look at the
okay.
will that
I can
Al
see
Davis
like
left.
Brady
That
getting
never
I've
happened.
never looked at that will, and I
maybe
probably
forty
never
nine percent
will.
at some
But
point, but I don't see Mark Davis absolutely signing it over. I don't, especially with everything that he's got going in Vegas. Absolutely not.
if he's gonna make, if he sees, which I would like to bring up, but I know we'd probably bring it up another time. If he sees the Seahawks sell for $8 to $12 billion,
Isn't he getting the Aces? Didn't he buy into the Aces?
what do you
Not the
think?
Aces. He owns the Aces. Athletics. The Athletics. Isn't he like a?
He owns the
I mean, that's
Aces.
probably what it's
He
worth.
Yeah,
owns
Where
it.
did an eight? Where did an $8 to $12 billion assessment come in there?
that was actually from ESPN that put it out there, $8 to $12 billion assessment for the Seahawks.
You mean billion?
Billion. Did I say billion?
You said million.
Oh, my bad. Billion. My bad.
Probably
So,
for
do
the
you
same
guys
reason
know
the
why the
Giants
Seahawks
organization is
have to
fixing to have to
sell?
sell.
Why the ownership has to sell?
Nope.
Oh, no. So, the Seahawks organization is actually in a trust now from when their owner passed away back in 2018. And it was stated that they had to sell within 7 years because it was given to his sister. She could um, bring in the funds for those 7 years as her inheritance, but whatever the sale of the Seahawks, the Trailblazers, and the Sounders is, has
So
to
of
all
course they're
go to
going to drag their
charity.
feet on that.
Wow.
Oh God,
You know, and listen, let me say this. This is why I said Al Davis. This is what that see that stuff like that is the same reason why I
yeah,
tell you that Tom Brady will never own the Raiders. Nobody will own the Raiders.
Yep.
And it's because of things like that. Al Davis was the shrewdest owner that you were ever going to meet. If you wanted to meet anybody that didn't care about what you thought,
Yeah.
Mr. Al Davis was that guy. The next in line with that was one Eddie DeBartolo. Eddie DeBartolo didn't care what you thought about him. He was a shark.
Yeah.
He smelled blood. He
Yeah.
killed. Okay?
Jerry Jones.
Al Davis was the same way.
I would like to know.
And you know who tries to do that and fails at it miserably is the owner of your favorite team, the Dallas
I would
Cowboys.
like to know who said he was a
fails
great
at it.
negotiator because I can't tell.
Now, Jerry Jones is a very smart businessman. He's a terrible owner. He's just a terrible owner. But
Well, no, I'm just saying.
hey, Corey, you want to take this one?
He's a great owner of a building and a great organization. He is a disgusting GM.
I mean, is he though? We draft really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
We
go with
draft
that.
really well.
I'll double down on that. I think disgusting.
Yeah, but he can't re-sign him.
And
Do
just
you,
a
though?
heads up, I just saw an updated estimate. It's actually gone down, which I thought it would have went up. It's 7 to 8 billion now. So my bad, guys. I just saw the updated estimate on the Seahawks. Wasn't on ESPN. It was on just at Google.
Yeah, when it
Dallas is listed at $13 billion.
Yep.
Dallas is the number one NFL franchise in value. So when you were saying that, I was like, "Ooh, that sounds a little high."
Yeah. That's why I wanted to double check it, because the first estimate that I saw was probably, I got it. A buddy of mine, Michael Dull, that I work with, told me a little bit about it, and he said, look it up, double check everything, because he's from Seattle. And so I looked it up, and the
That's
first
crazy.
estimates that I saw were 8 to 12 billion.
They win a
It was
Super Bowl.
before
If they win a
the
Super Bowl, though, that
divisional
value
game.
should go up, right?
Yeah. So I don't know why it would go down. They just have.
All right, guys. Well, this episode has been brought to you by Heaven
Thanks.
Sent Helmet Gear. Go to hbgear.com. 15% off, promo code married. W Energy, 10% off, promo code married. Styles Apparel, Dugout Mugs. And Chris, don't you tell us about your company?
Let me help you get anywhere you want to go around the world. Dollars.net. Hey, thinking about graduations, thinking about summer, thinking about fall trips when the kids go back to school? Let me know. I can help you.
What about spring break?
We'll talk about spring
Demetrius,
break.
you got anything you want to plug in
another
for
time.
yourself? All right, guys.
Demetrius?
No. I have another coaching job. So if any openings out there, college or above, let me know. I just, I want to do defensive quality control or coach DBs. I'll work my way to that head coach. I know I
Was
can get there.
AR?
I just need
heard
a foot in the
something
door.
rumors that AR might be looking for some coaches. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Nah, I got the inside on that. Ryan Gomes.
I
is
got
over
you.
there is the OC. Yeah.
I pick up what you're throwing down.
But you always do.
We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
That mother.
Wow. Wow.
Have a good one,
Giants
everybody.
suck.